Hi, my name is Kim Rael, and I feel a lot calmer today. I'm not really going to stick too much on one thing. I'm just simply sharing my observations, thoughts, and new profound perspectives that I've gained over time. So what wrote on this video is actually something really funny. So today I was asking myself, like, damn, am I fucked up? Because for so long I didn't realize, but subconsciously I kept feeling on the inside, it can't just be me. Like, nah, it's some more fucked up people out here. We're fucked up. Now this is going to be so soothing and transgressional for the shadow to integrate, find itself. Something had just transpired and I realized, in a way, it is me. And what took so long to finally get in front of camera, outside of all of the other silly fears that has pertained to me, holding me back in a sense, I had a fear of, well, one of them for me just telling stories about giving experiences and what I learned. I had a fear of sounding like a martyr, which is crazy. Because real life happens. Real things happen to real people. But the next question is, how do you necessarily get out of that perpetual cycle leading you back to the same circumstances? And I wondered and I wondered and I wondered. Even in most cases when I'm moving and I'm moving and I'm moving and wondering, what is the actual truth? And are the truths that I am currently coinciding with and holding on inside of myself adding on more to the shadow persona of wanting to be right? Like, I don't want to be right anymore. Cut it out. Seriously, it was reaching a detrimental point health-wise, mentally. I feel like I've just woken up out of a distortion that I created subconsciously somewhere, wanting to be right thing. And most of this stuff, they possibly could not have what you have been originally taught to believe. Or even if it was something detrimental for you that has been constantly told to you over and over and over again, creating mental chains that was so hard to get out of. And to now reach this place where I'm constantly, one by one, untying the falsehoods that have seemed to swift things under the rug and linger. You may not see it right then and there, but trust, your external world is mirroring those bits and tidbits and pieces that have seemed to have gotten so far out of reach, until once again, another time, there's a flashlight or shown sparkle of light that lands on these things for you to address, and in time conquer. And sometimes you become so light and light filled automatically just by doing this one thing. I know y'all already know. Forgiveness of yourself. Oh my gosh. And what has landed me here? What the heck has landed me here? One, I was not asking myself the right questions. You have to talk to yourself. Your higher self is always listening, and they are ready and willing to help you through whatever trouble and heaviness that seems to stay afloat. You know, when I was younger, I constantly always heard, you are a big ball of negativity. There is like a gray cloud just following you everywhere you go. And I mean, and sure enough, it has. For many years. Many. I had a funny thought. But even though there were a lot of things growing up seeing and things that were foreshadowed to me, like you were born. No, you were doomed since the moment you were born. So for so long, somewhere, even though I have eventually came to create such a peaceful and well-caring persona, and that is me. And so is the not so great things either. So with that being said, forgiveness of self really holds true. Because you have to carry yourself everywhere you go. And it's up to you to decide if you're going to be beaten and to lay down, and that's it. You hang everything up in the closet, shut the door for no light to be seen again. Or we laugh at ourselves and say, holy crap, there's a lesson here. I am being taught a vital lesson here. And it is definitely not easy to get to the root of things. Especially with realizing the 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons are those are our atoms. cellular genetics deep within the DNA. Now, has your DNA been tampered? I'm sure all of ours has. And that is the code and sort out truth. One has to be willing to understand, not only grasp, but realize I am in control. I can change. I can change. I am able to change. So once I dig deep to the point to where this external suit is no longer backwards inwards, but now inside out, back to its original form, I can function again. Now, there's a lot of people who truly believe that they are parasitic, and this is why, they must continue taking what does not belong to anyone, but simply in abundance for all. The irony. My lip quiver. Ooh, I was allowing space and time for epiphany to come through, or for my intuition to say something, but it was just the sun shining. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Something else I wanted to touch bases on. I was shown something in my soul. There was a time, and yeah, I'll use me as an example. I don't mind outing myself. So somewhere down the line, I'm learning. I'm in that beginner stage of acquiring more boundaries and seeing that give and take, giving, receiving. Somewhere down the line, I must have encountered 3D fantasy land and became a bit blinded. I'm not too sure how. I'm not too sure what's going on. It could have been something I ate that I know my body disagree with, and over time it's going to show. And it shows up in experiences as well, on when it's really just something that does not align, and it's sitting and festering, and then it creates that I don't feel good, that not good, that too not good feeling. But the mind is saying other things, but the body will, of course, speak volumes unless you remedy the body part, or get that feeling out of you, or choose to change it. But sometimes it just you just don't know. You're going about the day. So that's why I've been like, asking them questions. All right. So I was shown a glimpse I was going for a walk. And you know how a lot of the characters you see in your reality are either NPCs or just something there to either help you move up a level, graduate from something, or simply learn a lesson, a valuable lesson that needed to be learned. And so we're on a rock and roll. We're saying, we're practicing saying, no, no, no. Like Squidward done it. No. So, but I'm still wondering, like, why is these certain... It's like masks being shown to you, but still a repetitive behavior and action is coming back. And it didn't start off this way. It did not start like this. We're gradually moving up. So, I was on the walk and someone tapped me on the back. They were calling for a while, but I was so in my head like, yeah, the longer you pay attention to things that you don't want to attract, don't look back. So they tapped me in the back, and it was a young girl, and she probably was just wearing a bra and a long skirt. And you know how we say we don't judge and things of that nature, but somewhere, even though my thoughts, I didn't think of anything, somewhere in my heart potentially has gotten a little heavy. So she was asking for some change, and honest truth, I didn't have anything on me. I'm walking. I like to leave things behind and just present moment. I think it was the attitude from that encounter. So that's all coinciding with the lingering emotions underneath the iceberg that is the tip. You got so many under layers. Because all in all, why would that bother anyone? Why would that upset you? I'm sure I could have came up with a lot of reasons. One, I just don't like to be nothing with that encounter. I genuinely don't like to be forced into conversation, especially when I'm on a... But then again, nature works in very funny, mysterious ways. So, hey girl, lighten up, loosen up a bit. You know what I'm saying? Woo, you tense. Maybe a conversation, it could have, boom, smile, added a smile to your grin, and that energy would have been reciprocated into the universe to bring something good back to you. So over time of the days, sometimes the solution comes right then and there. Sometimes it's going to take gradual progression for you to even open yourself up to just all of the different possibilities to where a higher ascended action could have taken place. So boom, I'm in meditation, and this just dawned on me yesterday actually, and I'm writing, and then I see that view, and then everything just hit me at once, like, wow. In my current circumstance, like leading up to this, I kept feeling like I'm meeting people mirroring me. And not me as a whole, but the certain aspects that I wanted to deny, but was still religiously being held onto. When it's time to receive, you got to open yourself up. But if there are things that are still gravitating towards a downward motion or downward spiral, it's going to keep coming to you. Reflect till you do that self-reflecting. So I was like really in thought and said, oh my God, oh my goodness. One, I'm asking for forgiveness. Two, thank you to the divine Mother Goddess. Always have to just give thanks. So, recognizing this pattern, I'm like, just because I'm in more layers, does not mean anything. And it does not bother me what other people's day-to-day is in personal choices. But like, energetically, vibrationally, and it's not even so about I have on more layers and she did not. The lesson in that was, because my current circumstance, it seems like I'm hitting another rock. I'm staring at Patrick's rock and just like, now what? When is things going to move again? Why doesn't it seem like things are coming in? And it's because vibrationally, I was desperate. The vibration that was lingering on with me, even on my little walks. I was giving off, from frustration, resentment, neediness, codependency, all of that is definitely been mirrored and shown back to me. So, I'm so grateful again because I got to see these aspects that I still needed to integrate. Okay? And no, none of these things typically make up you. I still have my core that I always go to. Always remember your ultimate truth, despite whatever gunk is starting to be either added onto you, moving on, or things that you are starting to attach yourself to. Is it, and you always be able to tell if you are starting to think more about others and other people more than yourself. Best believe it will be mirrored to you in some form of fashion. Where does your thoughts typically go towards as soon as you arise in the AM? Is it dawning on Keisha and all of the other chatters? So, and once I recognized this and forgave myself, I'm telling you, the more you level up, some of these, I want to just nudge myself because I actually with connecting my inner child, I actually love telling stories. Why did I hold myself back for this long? See? You see what I mean? We are filled with so many magical things, magical attributes, and even the smallest, or what we may think may be the smallest gesture or universal thing. You know? But all that matters is what lights up the heart. I just came to this realization because I'm like, wow, I'm actually having so much fun this time sharing. Because them before videos, I'm keeping everything as a measurement of my growth. So, I'm going to make a way and make a how to learn from my embarrassing moments. But yeah, we are filled with so many magical things. And I know, because I kept hearing the same thing. Put yourself out there. But like, I got too many layers. I used to think, like, what can I share? What shouldn't I share? So that had me in a whole nother chokehold for like 3 to 5 years. And that's why I always came out so robotic on the camera. I just want to be a better me. I just want to be a better me. So even if there are things where it seems like the effort we're putting in, and then the twists and turns, the jerks we may feel along the way on the path, maybe there's too many people looking at you. Now you're starting to build up another, if you have a fear of being seen, and now you're building up another rocky layer that is not actually the truth, but just something that you're telling yourself because you're scared. But I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm tired of being this way. Oh my goodness. Help. And you know the help that came? It was me. All right, y'all. See you when I see you. We're going to take a new trajectory from my mind. Insights. Examinings. And ludicrous behavior. It's time that I become the scientist to myself. What is really going on? And that's what's so funny. I assure you, phone, it is not that hot outside. So let me hurry. Actually, we're multi-dimensional. We have forever. Yeah. Cheer up. Today is going to be a great day. You guys watch this movie called The Laws of the Sun. It's a really good spiritual representation. It really, that, and then if I come across another movie that was also mentioned, where it really do be what is in our mind. Okay, yeah, our thoughts. But if we allow the same thoughts to consume us that are actually not our very own thoughts, that's where a lot of things start to get tricky. So, me, I'm a visual learner. I like to see things. And that just so happened to be an animation. And I love anime, which is always filled with a lot of metaphysical teachings and other things. Because there's people out there that actually teach themselves a lot from movies. Whether that's how to manipulate, how to get away with certain things, or da-da-da-da-da. But I'm running out of time. If you stayed this long, appreciate love. And see y'all when I feel good again. Shalom.